After Chats with D&D. I'm Denise.
I'm David.
And this week we are going over Imaginary Friend. This one was not a favorite of ours. I would give it probably one deadhead.
No deadheads. 0 deadheads. I'm going to actively discourage people from wasting their time on it.
This one, if you don't like religion in your books, it probably isn't for you. It deals with a lot of, obviously religion, but also heavier...
Yeah, touchy subjects.
Yes.
Child abuse, sort of rape-ish.
They're not good things.
Yeah.
The basic thing is this kid moves to a new town with his mom, and he disappears for 6 days. No one knows what happens. He comes back, and he has abilities, and he has an imaginary friend, and they try to stop the hissing lady, who's supposedly evil and drawing people in, and it goes downhill from there.
Yep. There's a pretty good twist and a whole bunch of...
Good twist.
He has to build a treehouse, which is a portal between the real world and the imaginary world. So the hissing lady is trying to escape from the imaginary world, and he has to try to stop her from doing that. The main storyline is pretty good, I think.
I would say it's too long.
Yeah, it's about
It draws
300
out
pages too
because
long.
like he builds the treehouse and before you reach the halfway point. And that was the big thing on the cover was like, oh yeah, will he build his treehouse in time for Christmas? Totally gets it done in time for Christmas. And then the rest of it is just like Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Yeah.
That build up.
It's
400 pages.
It's very Stephen King-esque, so if you like Stephen King's style, you might like this one, maybe.
I haven't read Stephen King, so I'm not going to say that.
Well, that's what everybody in the Goodreads comments was saying, is that it's very much an homage.
We shouldn't be saying what people are saying if we don't know.
I mean, I've read a couple of Stephen King things, and I can sort of see where they're coming from, but
I'm going to say no.
I don't think that he
People
necessarily...
like Stephen King.
I don't think he did it real well. The writing style...
I'm going to go with this is like 10.
It is
So
10.
don't
I found my
believe
10. I didn't think it would happen this fast.
Oh, the book 10, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, 10 deadheads?
No,
No.
negative 10 deadheads.
I mean, not negative. I would say it gets 1 star for having a good premise idea for story. You said it was a good story.
It is a good idea, but that makes it so much worse that everything else is there.
Just didn't
It's
execute
so
it well.
much more frustrating because part of it is good, and
Yeah.
the fact that the rest of it is not makes it so much worse to me.
Disappointment.
Like I would rather have a completely terrible book than one that was pretty good, except there's all this nonsense happening.
I would say I think he had too many characters. Like he seemed to focus on a lot of different people and bringing them in, and I don't think it was necessary. And I think it just added more, like not more to the story, but just more things you had to keep up with that you didn't really care about as much. It's like whenever you're watching a show and it's like the storyline is happening, you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? And then they keep switching it over. Some people you don't even care about, and you're like, no, I wanna. That's what this was for me. Like it was just constantly other people that like he didn't really need to go into as much. Like some of them it did make sense because he was trying to make a point and everything, but some of them were just like, but why? Because like everyone's secrets needed to be told to us to show the horribleness that is mankind, I guess. And
I don't think he has a very great view of Catholics.
no.
But it feels to me like he had a story. He was like, but I want it to be more epic. So I need more characters to make it more epic. And also a ridiculously long fight scene.
Oh man.
That's what I need. That's what epics have. That's what I need. And so then he did, and it did not go well.
To dissuade you, it's not literal fighting. It's just a battle that's happening with no physical fighting.
Yeah, it's like
There's
a
no
running-
action in this movie or book.
There's a little bit from time to time. at
like
the
running
end.
away.
But yeah, as far as actual
Mainly
fighting,
people running.
not much.
It's very odd. So, I would say, obviously, according to David and Goodreads, if you want something similar to this, maybe Stephen King, apparently.
If you think this sounds interesting, maybe just read Stephen King.
You might like it. Like, just because we don't like it. It was just too long for me. Also, this actually might be the first legit horror book I've read. I've read, like, other genres that have horror aspects to it, but this is probably the first actual horror book I've read. So, horror just might not be for me. Don't know. Like, the things I've read that have horror in them I like, because it's like the fear aspect and the build-up. Like, I like that. But I did not like this book. But it was just a little too long, too many characters. It was like he was trying to do too many things, and I felt like he got swamped with it. And,
Which is impressive, because it took him 10 years to write it.
Wow.
I'm sorry, 9 years. 9 years to write it.
okay.
Gotta
So,
be accurate. How do you say his last name?
I
Stephen
don't usually.
Chbosky.
Frosty.
Okay.
I think from now
Old
on, I'm
Steven
just going to
here.
refer to him as this guy.
This guy.
For our Patreons, we'll go a little bit more in depth as to, like, the twists and
Some of the specific reasons we don't like it.
or the reasons that it's good.
Yep.